or severe weather happens anytime this hour, we'll break in immediately because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Can I turn on your radio?
Yes, already.
It's almost showtime.
Who's your favorite talk radio personality?
That's Todd. He's weird.
Monday through Friday.
He's strange. 5 to 7. Sloppy.
I mean, he sounds perfect.
He's dreamy.
What do you say? Let's get it going.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Jackpot.
Jackpot!
Jackpot.
Jackpot!
Jackpot.
Jackpot!
Jackpot.
Jackpot. Jackpot. Jackpot, baby.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Tonight on the show, we've got a current events quiz. We got a $50 gift card from Ford's Garage, Prime Burgers and Craft Beer, plus a pair of tickets to see comedian Matt Rife. He's going to be at Heritage Bank Center March 29th, so we're going to do that a little bit later on the show. We got some mail. We've got, this is interesting, Tooth Fairy inflation. Has the Tooth Fairy come to your house recently? Apparently, the Tooth Fairies in the Midwest are cheapskates compared to the rest of the country. But we'll discuss that. We got a new telephone number, 937-957-1290, if you'd like to be on the show. First, I got to get a shout out to Edgehead Jason. Jason was the winner of the competition last year to guess the number of cars crashing into buildings. And finally today, we were able to get it all together, and he picked up his trophy. Shortly, I'll be posting a picture of it, and it is quite exquisite. My good friend, Tim DeBusk, the paranormal hunter, he's been on the show a number of times. He's quite crafty when it comes to such things, and he's done the last several. In fact, he's done all of them, and they are magnificent. So hopefully we'll get that up here shortly, and Edgehead Jason will put this somewhere prominently in his house for all to see when they come over to visit, and he sends us a photo because that would be great. But I hope you had a good weekend. So Saturday we got out. Mary and I got out because it was such a lovely day, and we wanted to get out and sort of enjoy the weather. So we decided to go to Columbus to do some thrifting. Now we thrift quite a bit. That's kind of one of our pastimes. We enjoy it. It's relaxing. We like to find good bargains, and we like to find treasures, But usually we just stick around the Dayton area. There's plenty to go to. We have plenty of thrift stores. But from time to time, we'll go to Columbus. So on Saturday, we decided, well, let's go to Columbus, but let's go on the National Road, Route 40. So that way we can kind of be out in the country and enjoy the cool air, or not the cool air, but the fresh air and the lovely weather, the whole deal, and just kind of take our time. Just take a leisurely drive into the country. So we're heading to Columbus, and we're probably, 15, 20 minutes away from where I would consider really the outskirts of Columbus. And lo and behold, Mary yells in the car, "Oh my God, I think I just saw a zebra." Now, along State Route 40, if you've ever been, there's a lot of farms, and there are people that keep animals, on their farms. We saw an alpaca farm. We saw just a normal, goats and sheep and cow farm, that kind of thing. But what she saw, we stopped, we made a little U-turn, and we went back and looked, and it looked to me like a mix between a donkey and a zebra. This was, it had the body, the size of a donkey, the head of a donkey, but it looked as though it was wearing some sort of sexy hose, striped hose. It was striped like a zebra. And I thought, well, what on earth? Now, I know a little bit about biology. I know that if a male donkey and a female horse, a mare, get together, they create a mule. Well, mules can't recreate or procreate on their own. It takes a male donkey and a male or a female horse. I know that a male horse and a female donkey will make what's called a hinny. But I'd never heard of a zonkey. And I thought, no, wait a second. She looked it up, and I thought she was joking. Like a zonkey? Really? It's a thing. So at some point, a zebra and a donkey got together and made a zonkey, which I just find terribly amusing. And I don't know why it hit me that way. First of all, it's fun to say, a zonkey. And Mary made a great point. That Shrek movie, Eddie Murphy played the donkey. He should have been a zonkey. That would have been hysterical. But the zonkey is also known as the zedonk. So it's got two names, either zonkey or zedonk. Now, I like zonkey. Mary prefers zedonk because it's kind of like it's, the zedonk-a-donk, a-donk-a-donk, that song. But I had just never seen that before. And I started thinking, are there any other strange combinations? And it just turns out that Jason, who picked up his trophy for guessing the right number of cars into buildings last week, knows a little bit about zebras. And he said he would call in. So I hope he calls in. Because apparently zebras are not very nice. And I remember a couple of years ago, if you've listened to the show for an amount of time or you pay attention to the news, there was an incident somewhere in Ohio, and I think it was not far from Columbus, where some guy who keeps zebras had his arm bit off by a zebra. That's crazy. And then Jason said, well, he knows somebody who they had a zebra and it bit somebody's fingers off. I just thought that this was really, really odd that we saw this zonkey. And I'm curious if anybody else has ever seen a zonkey. I really thought it was mythical, like the unicorn, but apparently it's not. So that's what we did this weekend. We drove around central Ohio and checked out the zonkeys. We got some mail to get to.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The fatness.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. So one of the posts that I made a week or so ago about a car crashing into a barn, I forget, it might have been number 20. One of the edgeheads by the name of James posted, he said, I hate to be the first one to bring attention to this, but it's going to happen eventually. You need to start another pool. When will the first drone hit a building or house incident? And I thought that was kind of interesting, just sort of random, because last week there was a story on News Center 7 where they were talking about these robo-taxis that are being tested here in the Dayton area. There's a company that has this idea where they're basically, big time heavy duty drones that can carry people. They look like drones. They don't look like helicopters. They look like drones, big fancy drones that can carry passengers. And I was thinking, well, yeah, I mean, if we have an incident where one of these robo-taxi drones crashes into a building, we're going to have to count it. But then I saw this story. This was in February, and I completely missed this when it happened. But in Richardson, Texas, an Amazon Prime air delivery drone crashed into the side of an apartment complex. The incident involved Amazon's MK-30 delivery drones. Now, I don't think these are terribly huge drones in the world of drones, enough to carry, a parcel. The incident was on a delivery run when it hit the exterior of the building, fell to the ground. The drone was seen on the ground smoking with its propeller still moving. The building sustained minimal non-structural damage, and no injuries were reported by residents or bystanders. But my question is, I know that these are not piloted in the sense of somebody's right there behind the stick. But I wonder if these drones are actually being piloted by someone, or if they're all just, you put in the coordinates of where the package is supposed to go, and that's where it goes. Or if there's somebody somewhere with a little remote control watching and flying. Because I think Kroger, I don't know if they're still doing it, but a couple of years ago, they made this big deal down in Centerville where they were going to start delivering groceries via drone from that Kroger in Centerville. I forget which one it was, if it's the one over by Feedwire or the one out on 48. I can't remember which. But I'm just curious if that's going on. And if by chance we have something like that happen here, where a drone being controlled by someone, whether it's delivering a parcel or not, crashes into a house, should we count it? Should we count it on our list? Because this is new ground. This is a new world that we live in with these drones. So give that some thought, because look, at some point it's going to happen. It's going to happen. A drone or one of these robo taxis is going to crash into a structure, and then we're going to have the debate. I'd like to get out in front of it, if you know what I mean.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny.
He's a crackpot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Now from the WHIO.
Leslie, we already count that. It's on our rules. Planes, helicopters, trains, motorcycles, tractors, anything that is manned by a human being, we would count. The dank bra. I like that. The dank bra. Julie, we're doing well. Thank you for asking. Mary and I are doing fine. Donk bra. Oh, donk bra. I see. Donk bra. Did I read that wrong? No, you spelled it correct, Donk. Mike, I'm wearing my glasses where the bifocals are not what they should be. So sorry about that. I did. Very exciting. I found a frame for a green screen backdrop. Woohoo! I think that's all I got. Mary got all the other stuff. It is like a treasure hunt. I love it. Oh, I did find a shirt. I found a shirt to wear that I really liked, and it was brand new. It still had the tags on it. Down in Cincinnati, I think on maybe Tuesdays, if you're over 55, you get a discount, a senior discount. Do 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 do.
Man is accused of breaking into a home and taking his baby. We'll have the latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
I promise this will be fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Who's got the food?
Well, what's your favorite food?
No, flavors your food.
This is a lot of food.
Isn't it glorious?
How you get so big that you order this kind? It is so scrumptious.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. New telephone number, 937-957-1290. We got some food news. I don't remember Mr. Pibb being available or very popular when I was growing up. I remember Dr. Pepper, which is sort of the spicy, I don't know what you call it. It's just like a ginger. Was it ginger? Or just spicy? Tasted very different than all the others, obviously. But Mr. Pibb, I recall encountering for the first time when I was in college down in Tennessee. And I dated a girl when I was in college from Virginia, and she lived on Mr. Pibb. That was her thing. And when I told her about Dr. Pepper, she thought I was speaking foreign language. She didn't know what I was talking about. But now I guess Mr. Pibb is back. It's a Coca-Cola product, and it's nationwide. It came back, I guess, maybe the end of last year. Well, they've announced that there's a couple of new flavors. It's Punchin' Peach and Thrillin' Vanilla. So I'm curious if anybody is into the Mr. Pibb or if you are more of a Dr. Pepper person, because I guess it's available now. They say it's coming out 12-ounce, 12 packs, and 20-ounce bottles. But I don't know that I've encountered Mr. Pibb anywhere. Maybe you have. And speaking of soft drinks, I heard this on Miami Valley's Morning News with Larry Hanskin, and I thought he asked a very good question. McDonald's has announced that by 2032, now there's some time, don't panic. By 2032, that they are going to remove all of the self-serve soda stations from their stores. Which makes me think that means if you would happen to be dining in at McDonald's, and who does that? Does anybody do that anymore? Maybe some people. Maybe the old folks that go and meet their friends at the McDonald's so they can get senior coffee or whatever, but that you're not going to be able to get free refills. Now, when you're driving through at the drive-thru, you don't really think about that because you just get your drink and you go. You're not going to get free refills. But I wonder, because McDonald's is kind of one of those companies that sort of leads the way with the restaurant industry. I wonder if that could be a sign of things to come, that maybe free refills of soda are going to go away. And I don't know that I've encountered that yet. Maybe one place, and I can't remember what it was, where they said refills were not free. But I wonder if that's just going to disappear. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't really drink soft drinks anymore when I go out for dinner. They're just too expensive. It's like $3-4 for a large glass of pop. I guess it's worth it if you're going to drink like 4 or 5. But for just drinking one and maybe not even finishing that, it ain't worth it.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he stayed from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy's something else.
Just for you, keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
Yep. Kim, you are 100% correct. And Mary and I, we've like, no, we're done. No more soft drinks. At least we don't order one specifically, right? If you go through a fast food place and you maybe order a combo, which we don't really do either anymore that often. But if we do, then yeah, you get a drink. But we just drink water. That's what we get. In fact, Mary brings little flavor packs. And we just, we flavor our water. Never had anybody give us any grief on that. I don't know that they could, but. Yeah, it saves us quite a bit of money. I mean, I remember us. I don't know when it hit us, but you'd go and you'd order a drink and it was $4.50, and Mary can't, because of her weight loss surgery that she had, and she still follows this almost to the T. She won't drink for a half an hour after she eats. So when she gets a drink, it just sits. She can drink before she eats, but once she starts eating, she doesn't drink anymore. So the idea of having paying $4 for a soft drink that you're only going to drink one of, forget it. I mean, we still drink soda at home, but it's like you get a 12-pack of Orange Crush or something for whatever what is like $6, $7 or something like that, $8. I don't know. But we just don't do it when we go out. I don't even really go out that much like we used to. I mean, even on Saturday when we went to Columbus, we let's see, we started at, I think we went through a Dunkin'. Is that right? Where'd we go? Was it Dunkin'? I think it was Dunkin'. We just got coffee, and then we got to Columbus and we went through a McDonald's. We didn't really, I think lunch was like $6 or something.
Or severe weather happens anytime this hour, we'll break in immediately because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. I have a current events quiz. And up for grabs tonight, a $50 gift card for Ford's Garage, Prime Burgers, and Craft Beer. You can power up on their flavor pack entrees. Under 1,000 calories at Ford's Garage. Cruise in for craveable supercharged bowls featuring honey, chipotle chicken, seared tuna, lemon herb, shrimp, and the new Ford's Burger Bowl. So if you'd like to take the quiz, be the sixth caller at 937-957-1290. And you can take the quiz, and we'll get you on the air. I saw this story, and I'm just curious if the Tooth Fairy still visits your house from time to time. Tooth Fairy hasn't been at our place in a long time. We, Luna's getting older, and she loses her teeth from time to time. We don't put Luna's dog teeth under a pillow or anything. But maybe you still have a visit from time to time from the Tooth Fairy. Or maybe like your grandkids. Maybe your grandkids spend the night and they lose a tooth, and you're like, oh, wait, you got to put the tooth under the tooth, the pillow, the whole deal. The Delta Dental original Tooth Fairy poll revealed that the average value of a single lost tooth during the last year increased by a whopping 17%. Tooth Fairy inflation, that's what's happening. The average cost, or I guess price tag, reward, I don't know what you would call it, for a lost tooth rose from $5.01 to $5.84. This marks the first year-over-year increase in the Tooth Fairy inflation index given since 2023. It says the loss of a first tooth is also being rewarded more generously, 23% more than the average tooth lost. On average, a first tooth is now valued at $7.17. That's up from $6.24 last year. And more than 1 in 3 parents say that the Tooth Fairy leaves extra for their child's first tooth compared to future teeth. I recall getting a silver dollar. That's what I got. That's what I got for a lost tooth. And if I was at my grandma and grandpa's house, it was usually a quarter. They were cheap. Since the pool's inception in 1998, the average cash gift left by the Tooth Fairy has gone up 349%. Started at $1.30 back in 1999, and now here we are, $5.84. Now, if you're wondering, how does the Tooth Fairy in the Midwest fare with the rest of the Tooth Fairies? Because I don't know, maybe there's different Tooth Fairies for different parts of the country. I'm just throwing that out there as a theory, because in the Northeast, the average lost tooth gets $6.45. $6.45. In the West, it's $5.99. Down south, $5.89. Somehow, the Midwest has a cheapskate as a Tooth Fairy. The average tooth in the Midwest, only $5.27. So what's up with that? Why is our Tooth Fairy less, agreeable when it comes to giving out a good reward? Somebody needs to look into that. John Bedell, the I-Team from Channel 7, needs to get in on that. All right, we got Connie in Centerville. Hey, Connie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. You want to take the current events quiz tonight?
Sure.
Let's get it going here.
Oh, my God. Listen, everybody.
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Pop quiz, hotshot. Can you answer the question? I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics. Thank you very much, Norm Kelly, official announcer of the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz. Now, Connie in Centerville, you are playing for a $50 gift card from Ford's Garage, Prime Burgers and Craft Beer down in Liberty Township. Have you ever been there?
Sweet, yes.
Oh,
it's wonderful.
You like it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. You can try out one of their craveable supercharged bowls.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal, Connie. I'm going to give you. Let me ask you this: you know how to play the current events quiz?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to give you 3 questions and 3 possible answers: A, B,
Can
or
I answer C?
That's right. The answer is
All
always
right.
C. Now,
Okay.
Connie, tonight all the questions have to do with. Oh, Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think was always ambitious. 3 solid Florida man questions. All right, Connie?
Okay.
All right, here's question number 1. Florida man was arrested after deputies say he stole $10,000 in trading cards from a Target by A, wearing a snowsuit into the store and stuffing them in his pants, B, hid them inside hollowed out watermelons, or C, scanning packets of taco seasoning instead of the cards.
I think I'll say C.
You got it. And here's the story. They say that over a certain period of time, he stole $10,000 worth of trading cards and was able to sell them online for $40,000.
Dang.
Yeah, and he was like taking one of those little taco packets, which I think might be 99 cents or something, and somehow scanning that instead of the cards. But anyway, they caught him. All right, here's question number 2. A Florida man was arrested after deputies say he tried to move an ambulance that had medics in the back treating a patient. He says he did it because A, he always wanted to turn on a siren. B, he was in the mood for tacos. Or C, the ambulance was blocking his driveway.
C.
You got it. Yeah, he's just like, look, I gotta go. I got places to be, and hopped in and tried to move it. So, all right, here's question number 3 for the big win, Connie. A Florida man was arrested after deputies say while shooting target practice in his backyard, he shot a neighbor's A, house, B, horse, C, both.
C.
Did you say C?
C.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Yeah, the guy must be a really lousy shot. He shot their house and he shot their horse. Well, congratulations, Connie. You're the winner. Now, Connie, let me ask you a question before I put you on hold and we get your details so we can get that to you.
Okay.
Did you have kids or do you have kids?
I do.
Okay. Do you still pack their lunch or did you when they were in school?
I did in school, and then I bought it.
Okay.
My son's 46 now, so he.
I got you. You don't pack his lunch anymore. All right.
No.
Well, I've got a story, and I'm just curious if anybody has ever accidentally done this, and maybe it just didn't make the news. So down in Atlanta, the police posted online that last Wednesday, they got a call to a local police station or a local school because a kid brought a lunchbox that had a Cutwater lemon drop martini can inside. And the story, it wasn't that somebody was, trying to send their kid booze. They must have had these cans of Cutwater in their fridge next to a can of juice or soda or whatever it is that they would send and grab the wrong can.
Yeah.
And that you can see that happening, right? You can totally see that happening.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if anybody has ever had that happen before.
My mom did that one time. She was packing a bag to take like wine glasses, martini glasses. Well, she grabbed the brown paper bag that I had just put all the dog hair in from brushing my dog.
Oh, wow.
So when they got to their picnic area to have their little cocktails, they were all full of, and she had salted, the rims and everything.
Oh, no.
So they were all full of dog hair.
Oh, that's disgusting. Well, wow.
She wasn't happy.
Yeah. All right, Connie. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that. Hang on the line. We'll get your details and we'll get the gift card to you. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Todd.
Yep. There you go. And that's how you play the current events quiz. But I'd be curious if anybody's done that because I can totally see that happening. Because those cans, if you've seen the Cutwater, they don't look like beer cans. They kind of have a lighter sort of pastel kind of color. And if it's early in the morning and you're still groggy, you haven't had your coffee and you're trying to get your kids' lunch packed, maybe you didn't have time to do it the night before. You just reach your hand in there, you grab it, you're not paying attention, and off the kid goes to school with a margarita.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Who, Todd? Okay, yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hey, I have a question. I think I may have teased this story, but you folks that watch religiously to the live stream every night, did I talk at any depth about a woman who has an emotional support chicken? Do you remember? I had this story last week for a couple of nights and I just never got to it. I don't think. I don't remember. Sometimes I don't remember. Usually if I have a story that I do, I toss it, right? I wad it up and toss it. But I feel like I may have teased it and just didn't get to it. Okay, Clinton, you say no. All right. Well, maybe I didn't. It is still in my box or my folder. Okay, thank you.
wants to be told what to think. Our news is right down the middle. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO. Depend on it.
Charges in a deadly motorcycle accident in Washington Township. We'll have more on that at 6 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
You have to admit that he is a lot of fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. New telephone number. Put it in your phone if you haven't done so already, 937-957-1290. So I was talking earlier in the show. We started the show tonight talking about this past Saturday. Mary and I went to Columbus, and we traveled Route 40, the old National Road, and we passed by a farm where we swear we saw what's called a Zonkey, which I had never heard of before, had no idea that this was a thing. Apparently, it's when a zebra and a donkey get together, they make a Zonkey. And it looks like a donkey, except it's got stripes on its legs. Well, a number of people have messaged me. Krista says, was it a Zedonk? Well, when I did the Google, it could. I think it's the same thing. A Zonkey and a Zedonk is the same thing. It's just different names. For some reason, some people prefer Zonkey, like myself. I like Zonkey. Mary preferred the Zedonk. And then she asked, Krista did, and also Jeff, about whether or not this was something called an okapi, which I've never heard of either. And apparently it's a very rare creature that is somehow loosely related to the giraffe. And it, too, has stripes on its legs and a really long neck, but it looks like the size of a donkey. So I don't think it was that. I think we saw zonkies. I think we did, 100%. Speaking of unusual animals, there's a story about this Canadian psychology professor. So she is studying how relationships with pets support healthy development. Okay, all right, seems fair. However, this particular therapist has an emotional support chicken that she keeps with her throughout the day. The woman says her 11-month-old chicken, which she named Saturday for the day she adopted it from a farm. Did she adopt it? Maybe she stole it. I don't know. Is very smart and can understand her emotions. Her name is Sonia Kong. She says that when she is sad, the chicken just lays there looking at her and seems to be trying to figure out what's bothering her. Kong has even crafted a special diaper for the feather baby so it can travel with her around the city. The woman teaches at the University of Northern British Columbia and is currently researching how pets impact the social and emotional development of teens. And this woman has a emotional support chicken. She says her parents are still getting used to the idea of their daughter's new pet and jokingly asks if she plans to eat it. I guess if you have an emotional support chicken and things go south, why not?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
With Todd? Okay, yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
And YouTube tonight on the show, we've got a current events quiz. We got a $50 chilly rain showers. Chilly day. It's going to be chilly. Chilly tonight, chilly tomorrow. The rain's going to be chilly. It's just going to be chilly. Chilly.
If breaking news, traffic, or severe weather happens anytime this hour, we'll break in immediately because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's Todd. It's Todd, honey.
He's funny.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
On the radio?
You can tell she likes Todd for Todd. He's a nut. Real character, that one.
Todd, let's do this.
Get the show started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Have a new telephone number, 937-957-1290. So, I don't talk politics on this show, and I'm not going to now. However, there are times when a story that I feel kind of fits the tenor of the Evening Edge that sometimes might have a little bit of politics involved, or at the very least, political figures, I feel compelled, like, okay, well, I think I could talk about this without, raising the dander of everybody who wants to argue about politics. By the way, if you're one of those people, you're probably not listening to this show, right? But I saw this story, and you might remember a week or so ago, former President Barack Obama was on a podcast, and somebody asked him about aliens. Now, that's the question that everybody wants the president to answer, regardless of who it is. Right? The question came up with Obama. It came up with Trump. I think it might have come up with Biden. It came up. It's come up over the years. Like, would somebody just once and for all disclose whether or not the government knows anything about aliens? Well, Obama was on this podcast, and somebody asked him the question. And this is what he said. He said, "They're real, but I haven't seen them." Now, that caused all kinds of chaos. People thought, oh, my God, the president, former president, is admitting that there's aliens. And then President Trump gets on social media and says, hey, I think President Obama may have divulged classified information, which just added fuel to the fire, right? And then Obama came out and said, well, that's not really what I meant. What I meant was that with all the expansive universe and stars and all the planets that are out there in the universe, there's a likelihood that there's probably some sort of life out there other than us. And I think a lot of reasonable people can make that assumption. It's like, well, there's all these millions of stars and all these millions of planets. there's probably something floating around out there. Not suggesting that they look like you or me, but there could be something out there. Well, so now the president has said he wants all the alien files released. So we'll see what happens. But the whole point of this is I'm not necessarily here to talk about aliens, though that has come up from time to time on the show. There is a website called Kalshi, and I don't know much about Kalshi. I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe there was a Super Bowl commercial for Kalshi. And what this is it's like a gambling site, but it's not necessarily placing bets on sporting events. I think there might be some of that, but you can place bets on things that might have to do with like pop culture, or like one I saw. There's betting on who's going to become the next chair of the Federal Reserve. Right? Like, why would anybody bet on that? But if you got the money to burn, go for it. So last Monday night, and I got this out of the Atlantic publication. Last Monday night, they say around 7:45 p.m. Eastern, somebody put down $100,000 as a bet that by the end of this year, the government will confirm that alien life or technology exists elsewhere in our universe. So somebody out there that has money to throw away, I guess, put out this bet. $100,000. Then, about 35 minutes later, the Atlantic reports, somebody placed another bet twice as large. So now there's been over $250,000, and I haven't checked today. I don't know much about Kalshi, as I said. Maybe Ian could look. Kalshi, Kalshi, betting on alien life. See if anything pops up. I just saw the story. I didn't really go and look at the website or the betting board. But there's people out there that think that this is a good bet, that by the end of this year, the government's going to come forth and say, hey, there's aliens. Now, if you want to be a real conspiracy theorist, all right, this summer, there is a movie coming out, and it's by Steven Spielberg, and it's called Disclosure Day. I think it's Disclosure Day. And the premise is that this is the day that we find out that there's alien life. So this movie's coming out this summer, and here's this, supposed slip up by a former president. And then the current president says, well, I want all the files released. And now there's people putting bets down that by the end of the year, the government's going to come out and say, yeah, there's alien life. So, Ian, did you find anything online? Is the betting hot and wild, or what?
Yeah. So I went on to Kalshi itself, and I'm looking at like the bar graph of how much it spikes and goes down and stuff. The most that it spiked was there's a 28% chance of it. Yes, on what was that, February 19th. It's now sitting at 22.6% that the government will confirm aliens exist.
Okay, so only 22% of the people who are, I guess, putting money on it believe there will be some sort of disclosure.
Yeah,
is that the way I understand that?
I mean, yeah, but yeah, you got the most part.
Okay,
I don't know how betting works. I'm not a gambling man, but
now see, this is interesting. Again, to play into the conspiracy theorist idea. Leslie on the live stream, she says the files get released a week before the movie would be hysterical. And then people start thinking, wait a second, is this all just a big movie marketing ploy? Right? They've set all this up. All these people are getting paid off. and it's because they want Steven Spielberg's movie to be over the top. because the Steven Spielberg War of the Worlds, remember that with Tom Cruise? Not great. I mean, it wasn't bad, but not a great movie. And I don't know that he's had a big hit space movie since Close Encounters or E.T. He needs something. He needs something big because he doesn't have that many movies left in him. I mean, he's getting old, right? He's not going to want to be doing this or be able to. So maybe this is all big part of the big alien conspiracy and the alien disclosure conspiracy. But I just thought that was kind of interesting that somebody out there, and I don't know that you can tell, I don't think you can, like who's placing these bets and who's putting money on this, that a couple of people dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars on the idea that, you know, by the end of the year, we're going to know the truth. Though, here's a thought. What if it was somebody with inside information? What if it's somebody in the government who knows the truth and says, hey, you know, I got a little scratch here. I can make some money. Because I would imagine that that's all pretty anonymous, right? I mean, it's all very, very under the radar. Just something to think about. 937-957-1290. I saw this story last week. We have one of those robot vacuums at our house. We call him Bob. And honestly, Bob doesn't work half the time. Bob will start vacuuming and then he gets stuck somewhere. Sometimes it's a case of me or Mary, usually me, leaving a dog toy on the floor, or a random sock or something, a phone or a charger cord, you know. And then Bob rolls over and sucks it up and then ends up getting stuck, stalling out. And then we get a notification that Bob is in trouble. But last week, there's this story where there's some software engineer. I don't know where he's located, but he had this idea that he wanted to use a video game controller to control his robot vacuum, which I think would be kind of cool. I think that would be kind of fun, you know, just driving around the house and pick up the debris on the carpet, chase the cats and the dogs. That's kind of fun. But this guy had this idea. So he somehow, being a software engineer, broke into the software of this particular robot vacuum called a DJI. Now, this isn't like one of the ones that you might get at Target. This one costs about $2,000. I mean, it's like a high tech deal. It's got cameras all over it. It's got audio. It's got a microphone. It's the whole deal. It's like having your own little, robot. Well, when he broke into this with the intention of, driving it around his house for fun, he realized that the credentials that allowed him to do this also allowed him to get into 7,000 other vacuums across 24 countries. So this guy, if he was a nefarious individual, could have been just having a field day, messing with people's vacuums, breaking into the video, watching, seeing what's going on, listening in. But fortunately, this guy, he's not that kind of guy. He shared his findings with a tech website called The Verge, who quickly contacted the parent company to report the flaw. And the company tells Popular Science that they were able to resolve it pretty quickly. But man, oh man, imagine that. Imagine somebody having control of your robot vacuum with all the cameras and all the audio that could just, whenever, take it for a spin through the living room.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he stayed from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy is something else.
Just for you, keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
Yeah, imagine that. You're in your house, you're minding your own business. Maybe you're into, you're doing something that you wouldn't want anybody else to see, or, and all of a sudden the robot just kind of rolls right into your room and cameras are on and it's a show for the world to see. Pot pie soup. Heather, that's what Mary's making. Pot pie soup. Chicken pot pie soup.
Millions of Ford trucks are being recalled. We have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
So what's wrong with having a little fun, huh?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. New telephone number, 937-957-1290. And in fact, you can use that number right now to be caller number 6. I've got tickets to give away to see Matt Rife. He's a comedian. It's going to be at Heritage Bank Center down in Cincinnati, March 29th. And he's like a national touring comedian, very popular on social media. And believe it or not, he was born in Columbus and raised in North Lewisburg, Ohio. Not far from the Miami Valley. In fact, I think it's kind of part of the Miami Valley. But he's from the area, and he's going to be down at Heritage Bank Center. So if you'd like to go, be the 6th caller at 937-957-1290. Got some Ted Lasso news. I am a big lover of the show Ted Lasso. And it went off the air after 3 seasons a couple of years ago. But they have announced that season 4 is going to be their comeback. And it's going to be released at sometime in August, which I'm very excited about. But here's something that caught my attention today. So if you watched Ted Lasso, you will remember the character Danny Rojas. He was the, I think, Argentinian was his character, was Argentinian, I think. And he came to play for Richmond. Well, Danny Rojas apparently was actually a real soccer player, like in real life. I don't know how many of the other actors on that show were actual soccer players or could play, but it turns out his name, the actor, is Cristo Fernandez. He played Danny Rojas. He is actually trying out for a real professional soccer team here in the United States. He's, I don't know how old he is. He can't be more than 30. But he trained with an American pro soccer team. Let's see, it was the El Paso Locomotives. They're part of the United Soccer League. So he played 30 minutes in this game between the El Paso Locomotives and the New Mexico United this past Saturday. And this week they're supposed to make a decision on whether or not this former Ted Lasso actor playing the part of Danny Rojas will be making the team. That's pretty cool.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny
He's a crackpot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
No, that's not. This is how it works now. We have 6 phone lines. So when you call, if I say caller 6, all 6 lines light up at once. I mean, they don't all light up at once, but they all light up, and there's a different caller on each one. The person on line 1 was the first caller. The person on line 2 was the second caller.
Or severe.
So the 6th caller is the winner.
You need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now.
Call me. He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. So a year or so ago, I started a service here on the Evening Edge. It's the Evening Edge Pothole Patrol. And the idea is that in the springtime, and we're getting to that point where you encounter a lot of potholes. This is traditionally the pothole season. You've got cold weather, then it starts warming up quickly, and that's when the streets start falling apart. It's a time-honored tradition here in the Miami Valley. But my hope is, my charge for you, the edgeheads out there, if you are out and about when you're driving around, during the show especially, but really anytime. But when you're driving around during the show, if you encounter a big-time pothole that could cause some real damage to somebody hitting it, regardless of where it is in the Miami Valley, call the show, 937-957-1290. Today, I was on my way to work, and I was going down Woodman. I was traveling south on Woodman. And right there at the corner of Woodman Drive, and I believe it's Rainier, there is a UDF. And as I was driving by, I will admit, it wasn't like a huge hole, but I saw the hole in the road, and about 20 feet away, 15 to 20 feet away, this giant piece of asphalt that, I'm not kidding, was probably 2 inches thick, just sitting out there in the middle of the road. So not only, could somebody maybe do some damage to a tire on this pothole, but then you hit the daggone piece of asphalt. So I stopped and I turned around and I came back and I took a photo of it and I posted it on my Facebook. So my hope is that we do this throughout the spring. And it could be any time. I mean, we get potholes all the time. It's not just in the spring, but that really is the pothole season here in the Miami Valley. So if you encounter something like that and you can safely take a picture of it, do so and send it to me and let me know where it's at. Now, again, seriously, be safe, okay? Don't be doing it while you're driving. I turned around and I pulled into the actual UDF parking lot, parked my car, and I took a picture. I'm like, here's the hole, here's the asphalt. So, in fact, this is crazy. I got a text, a message from an edgehead, Kayla. This is what she says: 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom pothole between Chili's and Whole Foods in Washington Township. And the turn into the shopping center down in Miamisburg, where Goodwill is a minefield of potholes. 100%, Kayla. Mary and I hit that Goodwill last weekend, I think, or weekend before. And I commented to her that it really was like trying to drive through a minefield. Somebody needs to fix that. But, I want people to be safe out there because, we've talked about, we got the little parody song that I play from time to time about the potholes. You know what? Maybe we'll just play it. Is it on this one? Yeah, here we go. This explains the turmoil of the pothole here in the Miami Valley.
Been swerving so hard, it's stressing my car. On the road at every turn, oh my God, it's another one. I'm taking a beating. This road just knocks me around.
I mean, think about your fellow edgeheads when you're out there. It's getting dark. You don't see the potholes, and
my tires are reeling.
Kaboom.
My axle's gonna break down.
It's like a scene from Batman. Kaboom, kaplack.
It's all out of control. Potholes that gonna rattle my soul. Good grief, my coffee just spilled all over me.
I mean, you could get third-degree burns that way.
Get back, think my back window cracked. I've lost control. Too many damn potholes.
So there, yeah. So when you like they say, when you see something, say something. When you see a gigantic pothole out there somewhere in the Miami Valley, send it to me, send a picture, send the location. I will share it on my Facebook, and people will know where it's at. At least they'll be aware. And again, not all potholes are equal, right? The one I saw today probably couldn't do too much damage, but that giant piece of asphalt that was lying in the middle of the road, 100%. And, before you ask, no, I did not get out of my car and run out into traffic and try to pick it up because I don't move too quickly. I don't want to be that guy. So just remember the number, 937-957-1290. We got some good dog news here.
Oh, I'm a good dog. I'm a good dog. I'm a good dog. Yes, I'm a good dog. 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 I'm a real. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm a real good dog. See, I'm a good dog. I'm a good dog. I'm a good dog.
So I saw this story today, and I know that it might ruffle the feathers of some folks a little bit, because when it comes to getting a dog, there's people who are just, ardent supporters of rescues. If you want a dog, go get a rescue. Other people are like, well, I want a specific dog. And sometimes there's a little friction. I have gotten pushback from time to time because I've talked about the fact that Lily and Luna, this is Lily, by the way. Yeah. We specifically purchased those dogs because they are hypoallergenic. And I have a problem with pet dander. And it's not so bad with these two. But anyway, there's a woman in the UK who says that her dog, it's a Irish Doodle, an Irish Doodle. Apparently, it has set a new UK birth record for delivering a litter of 17 puppies. Holy cow. That is a lot of puppies. 17 puppies. The woman said the adorable dogs just kept coming as her Irish setter Marigold endured a 13-hour labor last month. Oh, my gosh. 13 hours, 17 puppies. The puppies, who are now almost 8 weeks old, are believed to be the UK's largest ever litter of Irish Doodles. And they're all doing very well and are healthy. Usually there's like maybe a runt or something, right? We feel like that's what Luna was. Luna's a little odd. She's a little off. We love her. But the story is that her mom did not like her. And that's why the folks were getting rid of Luna. So we ended up with somebody's cast off, which it's fine. We love her nonetheless. Despite falling in love with the litter, though, the woman says that they will not be able to keep any of the pups at their house Their house is already busy with their own pets, including a black Labrador named Monty and several cats. Well, yeah. How do you keep? You can't keep 17 Irish poodles, or doodles, or poodle doodles. You can't. That's just too many. But here's the deal: these Irish doodles will sell for about $1,750 a piece. This woman is looking to clear nearly 30 grand on these 17 puppies. Holy cow. But that is an amazing story. And I'm going to find the story again and post it because they are cute. They are terribly cute. Earlier in the show, I was talking about the fact that on Saturday, Mary and I were in Columbus. And we took Route 40 National Road, and we drove through the country, and we spotted what we believe was a Zonkey. And this is a combination of a donkey and a zebra. The zebra mounted the donkey, and the donkey was, gave birth to another donkey, but this donkey had striped legs, like striped socks. That's what it looks like. And I was thinking, I know what a mule is. A mule is is a male donkey and a female mare, and a hinny is a stallion and a female donkey. It's called a hinny. I didn't know if there was any other sort of weird, hybrids like that. And Edgehead Todd sent me a message that says, and I got to look this up. Ian, can you look something up real quick? Can you look up Zorse? Z-O-R-S-E. He also mentions the Liger and the Tigon or Tigon. I think I've seen those. Is there such thing as a Zorse? Z-O-R-S-E. Is that, what is that?
A zebroid is the offspring of any cross between a zebra and any other equine, I don't know how to pronounce that word, to create a hybrid. In most cases, the sire is a zebra stallion, but not every time. The offspring of a donkey sire and zebra dam called a donkra, and the offspring of a horse sire and a zebra dam called the hebra do exist, but are rare and are usually sterile. Zebroids have been bred since the 19th century. Charles Darwin noted several zebra hybrids in his work.
Zebroids? Is that what you said?
Zebroids.
The zebroids. That sounds like an alien race. The zebroids. Wouldn't that be interesting if that was the disclosure? The zebroids. Those are the actual aliens. They've come down here disguised as horse/zebra hybrids. You got to be aware of the zebroids.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, here are the three big things you need to know. The Pentagon plans to send more forces to the Middle East as the U.S., Israel, and Iran exchange strikes.
I was waiting for that joke, Ron. You going to answer that? No. Can't hear you. Need to get some ointment for those zebroids, Ron. Some sort of lotion.
Why is your Whopper smushed?
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO Dayton, WHIO FM Pleasant Hill.
Nobody likes to be told what to think. Our news is right down the middle. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO. Depend on it.
Rain and much warmer temperatures coming later this week. We'll have latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Can we have some fun now, please?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Why is your Whopper smushed?
So I had this story from last week. Burger King is redoing the packaging of the Whopper because they were getting a bunch of complaints about the Whopper being smushed. So the CEO of the company did a video with somebody that works in their marketing or wherever. And during the interview, he says,
Why is your Whopper smushed?
Why is your Whopper smushed? And I didn't get to the story last week. So now,
why is your Whopper smushed?
Yeah.
Why is your Whopper smushed?
It's because it's not in a box. That's why. So put the daggone Whopper in a box and it won't be smushed anymore. Well, there you go. There's the show. Well, I was going to mention this Friday night was going to be the debut of the Evening Edge Local Music Showcase, but it's been preempted already before we can even get back to it because we have a UD basketball game Friday night. And come to mention it, we also have a UD basketball game tomorrow night. So we'll only be on for an hour tomorrow and on Friday. But the following Friday, I promise, we will kick off the Evening Edge Local Music Showcase where we highlight local bands, local artists here in the area. Have a terrific Monday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow just after 5 here on the Evening Edge.
Well, that's all, folks.
Put a fork in. We came, we partied, we conquered.
Is that all there is?
Yep, that's all she wrote.
Next time will be better.
Well, at least he tried.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, we'll be seeing ya.
Everybody have a great night. See ya.